Hey everybody. So in this video, I'm going to apologize in advance. The editing is a little bit all over the place. I didn't plan on filming. We went on a trip to Skien in Norway, which is about 2 hours from Oslo, a few weeks ago, and I had absolutely no intention of filming while we were there. But then I found a really good restaurant, and the venue where I was seeing A1 was really cool, and I met so many nice people that I sort of started filming halfway through the trip. And so this video isn't that coherent, but Yuki and I tried to edit it in a way that it makes sense. So I'm gonna do my voiceovers periodically here just to kind of guide you along, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So this first bit of the video here, we were walking around town and we stumbled upon a Mexican restaurant, and everything that happened after that happened pretty quickly, as you'll see. So we were walking and we found a Mexican restaurant, and I came in and the lady said that she made really good smoothies and wanted to make me a mango smoothie, so she did, and it's delicious. The past 10 minutes has been absolutely insane, but I love it. I would have never expected to find a Mexican restaurant in here.
Thank you.
Tiny little place. You'd miss it if you weren't looking. Oh, sorry. It's okay. Oh, if he doesn't mind. Oh, you have these things. Cool. Yeah. So at this point, I'm going to start the voiceover again. I was really excited about the fact that they kept the tortilla chips warm in this machine, because I don't see that often. So she invited me to take a look at the chef while he works. It turns out that this guy's from Colombia, and they've lived all over the world, and they settled down here in Skien a couple years ago to open this restaurant. Super friendly family, really awesome food, as you'll see. But for me, this was really interesting, because when I looked for restaurants in Skien, this didn't come up right away. And that kind of is something that I've noticed a lot when I'm looking for places to eat while we travel. We travel quite a lot. And usually they recommend, these super fancy places, but this is the kind of food I want. So this is the board of smoothies, or smoothie flavors that they make. And that lady really, really tried to sell me on them. And I'm really glad I took them, because they were delicious. And this was the kind of burritos and stuff that they had here. So you could see the prices. Norway is kind of an expensive place. I thought they had pretty okay prices, all things considered. Norway tends to be a couple of euros more than Finland, but in here, these were kind of like Finnish prices. So here's some of the food that we had. My daughter had a quesadilla and some nachos, and we had burritos, and you can hear my reaction now. I'm gonna do. Okay, this is actually amazing. This is one of the best burritos I've had in a long time. I'm in a place in Norway with a population of 50,000, 2 hours from Oslo, having amazing burritos. I'm gonna film you trying yours. You have the pork.
I have pork. I have the best seller.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, it's really good.
For a Finnish person, that means it's really good. Especially someone from where he's from. I wasn't gonna take dessert or coffee, but the lady's just so nice that at this point I'll do anything she tells me. Have you tried the coffee yet? No?
No.
No. You're not gonna get coffee. You're too young. The chef just came to tell me that this is his grandmother's recipe, and I believe him, because that is really good. I believe that only a grandma could come up with something that yummy. Isn't it so good?
Yeah.
Do you like it, Annie? Do you like it? Okay. You would totally miss It's this Mexican restaurant if you weren't looking for it.
We were across the street on VDC, that, and then when we came here, then I was like, okay, it's here.
It's here. I thought it was back that way farther, but no, it's here. And it's amazing. If you're in Skien, come here. It's so good. It's the best. So this next bit of the video was taken in the venue where I saw A1. A1 was actually the whole reason why I came on this trip. And I had gotten in contact with the promoter of the venue just to tell her that I was visually impaired and ask if there were any kind of accessibility measures in place. And we got to talking, and she decided to show me all around the venue. So here you can see what it looks like from when you walk in. It's an old movie theater. And this is Licia. She was the one who gave me the tour. She is the nicest person ever. So it's an old movie theater, like I said. So everything inside is kind of very movie theater looking. And it's just a really, really cool place. And it was a really cool place to see a gig. So this whole little area here used to be full of seats back when it was a movie theater, but those have all been taken out now that it's a concert venue. There's still a gallery upstairs, which you'll get to see a little later in the video. And this was really cool. We got to actually go up on the stage and see the view from there. The band's gear was already set up already, so this was really cool. And actually the set lists for the night were already laid out. Everything was completely, this was after sound check, so everything was already completely ready, and I had to stop myself from spoiling the spoiling the gig for myself by looking at the set list. I didn't end up looking, but from there you were able to get a really good view of the venue, and the fact that I was able to see A1 in such a small place was really cool. Yeah, there's the set list. The fact that I was able to see A1 in such a small place was really cool when you consider the fact that they sell out venues all over Asia and stuff, so this was really neat. So this was the view from the gallery, and you could go up here if you wanted to, like this wasn't reserved, so if you had a gig, you could choose, if you had a ticket to the gig, you could choose to watch either in the audience, which was where I was in the front row, or you could come up and have a nice seat and watch it like a proper, you know, fancy gig, like an orchestra or something, and that was really cool. I just love this whole concept. Actually, the first the first venue I ever worked for, like properly, was a movie theater, so this made me really nostalgic. I'm not sure how well I'd be able to see from up there as a visually impaired person, but I think if you had normal vision, you might actually really enjoy the view. So when I was waiting in line for the gig, I came across this group of people from the Philippines, and I thought they were so interesting, and I found their stories so adorable that I decided to interview them for my video, since at that point I had decided that I was filming. So enjoy my interview with these awesome Filipino people, who ended up, by the way, taking care of me. I'll get to that later. My 10-hour train ride is nothing compared to a flight from the Philippines. Hi everyone. Hello. So you guys came from the Philippines just to see A1?
Not really. We're from the Philippines, but we live in Germany.
Okay.
Just recently, yeah. Just from last year.
Okay. So I guess A1 was really, really big in the Philippines.
In Asia.
In Asia.
Last year they had a concert. They had 4 times concert in our country alone. Last year. No?
Wow. So.
And of course we're already here, so we missed that. Why we came here to watch this.
It's good that you get to see them now. What other 90s boy band artists are popular in the Philippines?
Westlife.
Westlife.
NSYNC. And of course, A1.
Do a lot of artists come to the Philippines?
Yeah, this year they have a lot of
Okay.
international stars.
That's so cool. And is it expensive as a hobby if you go to a lot of concerts, or?
It is actually.
Okay.
Especially in this part of the world.
But some devoted fans, they will really spend money. They don't care how much is it, they will spend money.
That's so cool. And what do you think is the biggest difference now that you're here in Norway? Like, what is the biggest difference between going to a concert like this in Scandinavia compared to going to a concert like this in the Philippines?
First of all, it is an advantage of being here in Europe. We are working in Germany, so it is an advantage for us to easily get in this in Scandinavia for us to visit this concert. In the Philippines, sometimes it is not so easy because it is expensive. The tickets are expensive, and the ticket goes with sometimes. The more that you are nearer with a stage, you have to pay it higher also. So if you're going to pay cheaper, then you have to stand a little bit far from the
in general admission.
Yeah.
The difference is also the venues, because when international stars will have concerts in the Philippines, it would be in a really, really big arena.
Yeah,
the Philippines has the biggest arena in Asia.
Oh.
That it consumes like
What's the name of the
almost a
arena?
million seats.
Oh my
What's the
god.
name of the arena?
The Philippine arena.
Oh,
It's always been big arenas.
that's an easy name to remember.
Araneta Coliseum.
And Araneta Coliseum as well.
Okay.
And here it's not that it's not as big as we expected, because that's what we were used to. And
Right.
it's an advantage because we can see them closer than just that.
Yeah.
If we see them in the Philippines, it would be like little ants. We would only see them in huge screens, but here we can see them like just a few meters away from us. It's a really big advantage.
Yeah,
The
it's
last time I watched them, I was very far. So
yeah, it's there's no seats in there, so
also an advantage maybe is that we could go sightseeing.
Yeah.
Beside watching the concert.
Before and after.
do you like Norway?
It's nice.
Nice,
Yeah.
Not as many people as the Philippines,
Yeah.
I think. Excuse me.
It's colder than the Philippines. The sun is always shining. It's too much.
So, do you have anything to say to anyone watching? Come to the Philippines, I guess.
Come and visit us.
The beaches are really great. The food as well.
Okay, thank you guys so much.
Buhay!
So I'm going to insert the picture here because that small group of Filipino people ended up being a really big group of Filipino people once it came closer to doors opening. And they were some of the nicest people I have ever met in my entire life. I felt like I had been adopted. Actually, after the gig, I have to say this, after the gig, they were going to go and try to find the band at one of the bars that they had mentioned that they might be going to for the after party, and I wanted to go to sleep. So they all of them walked me back to my hotel and then went out to the bar afterward. They were so sweet, and I really hope I can meet them again. And actually, one of them has a blog, and I'm linking it in the description below. If you want to check out her blog, definitely do it. They are just so sweet. So this next clips here are from the Backstage, which is a bit overwhelming, but here you go. This is weird.
How many? Like, do you want more than one?
Sorry?
Do you want more than
Sure.
one?
Lady, could you do it a touch higher?
So part 2 of I wasn't going to film today. I really like the breakfast spread they have here at this hotel. Yuki liked it too yesterday. Different kinds of meats. And cheese. Brown cheese in the back, that's the best one. Jam. How do you take this off? I just
lift it.
No, not working for me. Oh, eggs.
Eggs also.
Okay.
It's like
Yeah. Meatballs, beans, sausages. It looks like they have, it looks like I have to come back around when they've brought out more food. It looks like this might have just opened. All the different kinds of herrings, fruits, breads. Mueslis. Different kinds of milks, but not the good chocolate milk. Sad. Juice. Filipino friends. And cinnamon buns. I'm doing the live commentary here with Yuki, and we just had to stop and say that those cinnamon buns were absolutely amazing, right?
Yes.
Like, they were they were like the best cinnamon buns I've ever had. I'm back because they brought more food. Look at these beautiful, beautiful eggs. Are you taking one for yourself?
I'm
or
gonna take one for yourself.
for me or you?
For me.
Okay. I have to get my own. So yeah, sorry for the mess of a video that this is, but there was a lot of footage that I just wanted to put somewhere and couldn't figure out a place to put. I'm definitely going to try to actually plan my trips around vlogging a little more in the future, but it is quite rare that I take a family vacation like that. I think we do that about once a year, that we take a train or drive somewhere to Sweden or Norway, just because I really love traveling around the Nordics, especially in Norway. So again, I'm sorry, but hopefully this was in some way entertaining for you, and stick around because I've got more content to come. Thank you.